Hello and welcome to Off the Shelf with Phil and Dave, the movie talk show where each week one of us takes a movie off our shelf, presents it to the other for discussion.
This week coming off of Phil's shelf, 1999's Deterrence, written and directed by Rod Lurie.
Correct.
I don't know much about Rod.
You're really missing out, my man.
Have I? Philip, why is this movie on your shelf?
It's a movie that I first rented from Rogers in the year 2000.
They appreciate the shout out, by the way.
Yeah, they need the attention. From the year 2000.
Okay.
On video cassette. Kevin Pollak, whom I was a really big fan of in The Usual Suspects. I thought he was hilarious.
Yeah, he was good in that, yeah.
And A Few Good Men, and
yeah,
was a name. And then Timothy Hutton, whom I'd loved, obviously, in Beautiful Girls. I was like, what's this? And a political movie, which I was into.
Yeah, okay.
And I loved the movie. And I was curious, given the state of the world.
Yes. Yeah.
I thought it might be an interesting discussion as it relates to the world we're living in today.
I picked up on that.
Oh, wow.
A couple similarities.
Paying attention.
For the most part.
Yeah.
But certainly some different players and some different things, but the same song and dance. And not just now, but throughout the
history.
Years. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Rinse and repeat.
Sadly.
Yeah.
Have you had a history with this movie at all?
Surprisingly not, because in 99, I was going to the theater even more than I was in 95.
Oh, wow. That's a lot.
A couple times a week.
Okay.
So I jumped onto IMDb to see if there was any critic reviews, to see if this actually ever was in theaters.
Okay.
How would I have missed it? A Pollock? I love a Pollock.
Sure.
Prefer a Jackson Pollock.
Of course. More expensive.
Is that a painter, I think?
Yeah. Okay. We could do Pollock 2002 movie with Ed Harris.
Yeah. No, thanks. It did get some Metascore.
Okay.
What the values are doesn't matter.
Makes no difference.
But for those who may not be aware of this movie and want to know what it's about, let me tell you, since I'm here anyways.
Okay.
Yeah?
Old Faithful.
Old Faithful. The President of the United States must deal with an international military crisis while confined to a Colorado diner during a freak snowstorm. It had to be up to freak snowstorm. We're dealing with Colorado here. Now, I don't live there. I'm not a weatherman.
Phil?
But I'm pretty sure that wouldn't be freaked to have a snowstorm in Colorado.
No, maybe it's the time of year.
Perhaps.
Who's to say?
Well, these days, again, wouldn't surprise me.
That's right. That's right.
But there you go. How do you feel about it?
That summarizes it pretty well, and I think that's fairly compelling.
Yeah? Get you into
I
it?
think if you're telling somebody, watch this movie, it's about a global catastrophe at the brink of nuclear gamesmanship.
Like a breaking point, and you're in
and
diner.
you're trapped.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that's a compelling piece of information. Now, whether this movie succeeds in building that tension,
that's why we're here.
Exactly.
That's
cut through the bullshit. But I think just as a log line, I see why someone might say, yeah, I'd see that movie. And the way I knew that this movie, and I couldn't place the specific moment, there were a couple in this movie that I kind of felt like maybe this was it. But at the very least, I'll identify that when I watched this movie, I was lying in my bed at home.
Okay. King size, queen,
just a
double.
Doesn't matter. It's a water bed, as I suppose.
Oh.
And I was leaning on my right arm, watching it on my television. And as the movie progressed, how I knew that the movie was working, I sat up and I leaned forward.
Oh. I thought maybe you were on the same arm for so long that it got numb.
No.
And you didn't realize how uncomfortable you've been for the last while.
No.
I've done that. Okay.
Sure, that makes some sense.
They
That's
both
more
work.
like laziness. This one, I just meant to say, like, whatever was happening in the movie was enough to go from what I would call maybe a passive viewing experience.
Sure, you're in it.
To a far more engaged, like, I am locked in.
Did you salute?
No.
Okay, good.
And so that aspect of the movie, what I remembered was that feeling of being really captivated and intrigued. So I happily bought the DVD when it came out, and that's how it sits on my shelf.
I guess we'll find out as we get on if those feelings have remained. If you stood up this time or had your back straight or you were laying down with a bag full of chips all over you. I don't do that.
No, Oreos, not chips.
No, I don't eat Oreos. No sugar at night. I polished off a whole bag of barbecue chips the other night.
Okay.
Lady was gone for the weekend.
There it is. We know what the boundaries
but
are.
She's actually just as bad as me with chips.
Okay.
She's got a chip problem.
Oh.
She's like, no, let's not do it. But once that bag opens,
Fair game.
I say, honey, are you done with that yet? And she gets all offended. Like, she has that look.
Grabs it back from your hands.
Yeah.
From my cold, dead hands, you'll take these chips.
It's not even her favorite flavor. I got it for me. Get her
what's
your
her
own flavor. I don't need Miss Vicky, some garbage. I'm not buying that. You want it? Go get it.
Get off your ass.
Yeah, get out there.
Yeah, that's fair.
So we clearly both love chips, and me and my wife both hate war. I'm not a fan.
What is it good for?
Absolutely nothing.
Say it again.
Thanks, that for the Seinfeld. Appreciate it.
That's Bruce Springsteen. It's actually not. It's a song from the 60s.
No, it's the Seinfeld episode.
Yeah, okay.
Season 2.
Yeah. Bruce Springsteen on his latest tour opens
The Boss.
with a speech.
Yes.
And it culminates in him saying, we're choosing peace over war. The whole band kicks in, lights go up. It's great.
Now, as a boss, do you think he's a better manager or a better leader?
I think he's probably both. Because he's the best.
He's the best.
Yeah.
You heard it here, folks. Bruce is the best. Right. Not Bruce Willis.
No. Lower management.
Yeah. I strongly doubt that. Now, we have an opening sequence, if you noticed.
I did. I watched the movie. Yeah.
Color-free.
Yes.
Black and white.
Lyndon Johnson.
That's who that was.
Yes.
LJ.
LBJ.
LBJ, that's right.
Lyndon Baines Johnson.
Good-looking guy.
Yeah, he was the vice president to Kennedy.
Okay.
So, yeah, he's sort of basically making the argument that war, unfortunately, sends young people to kill people they've never met. They don't even know well enough to hate.
Mm-hmm.
It's creating this sort of culture. It's our kids that are dying. Let's choose peace is his message. Now, funnily enough, he's involved on some level with the Vietnam War, the early beginning pieces of that, and Cambodia and the Bay of Pigs. Like, he's involved in some of that as the vice president. But as an introduction of the philosophy of war, and then we get into the title sequence, which obviously goes on from there. But right away, is there obviously you didn't know who he was, but is there anything about that speech that either resonates in the moment or that you kind of reflected on throughout the movie as being resonant?
I more or less lumped the beginning with the rest of the presidents.
The title sequence, you're saying?
Yeah, the black and white stuff.
Okay, sure. Yeah.
But it continued a little bit longer,
Yeah.
which actually confused me to what year we were in.
Sure.
It's like, are we in 1965?
Well, you're opening a diner after that, right? Like, there's definitely some elements of, like, is this a 50s diner, 60s diner, or whatever else? Yeah.
I don't know when the Denver Nuggets, like when the NBA was born. I don't know if it's a 60s thing or...
Couldn't tell you.
No, it was invented by Canadians.
Guy. Yeah, of course.
That's all we know. But then Buddy Mantell had a cell phone of sorts. But then I'm like, is this a CB radio? I wasn't sure.
Could be.
But anyway, so the black and white confused me, but the faces did not confuse me. I recognized almost all of them.
Okay.
Clinton, Nixon, Truman.
Yeah.
Huge. He was in that show. FDR, of course. Clinton's a favorite of mine.
Yeah.
Like Bill. Did some great things,
Sure.
I would argue. George Bush, Jr.,
Senior.
They look similar.
Sure.
But the message amongst them all seemed to be pretty consistent. That they don't want to do it. We're going to have to, though.
Yeah. We're prepared to in the event that...
We're not starting anything here. And I really struggled to go into that with an open mind with what's happening today. Like, I don't believe anything, especially from that part of the world.
Okay.
South of us.
Sure.
My thought process is you probably started this even if you didn't start this.
Yeah, well, in this instance, they absolutely did start this.
Yeah, in this movie.
No, I mean in real life.
Yeah, in real life.
Right, you chose to start this.
Exactly. That's so apparent now, but I think it's more apparent because of the media, internet, all these things. I asked myself, was it always this way and we just didn't have the means to communicate that to the average Joe like me?
Mm-hmm.
And I go as back as World War II. I'm like, well, no way. They were forced to go into that one. And I've watched a lot of World War...
the Pearl Harbor movie,
yeah, exactly.
Right?
Yeah. Michael Bay knows.
Yeah,
he's
knows.
a historian.
Exactly.
But I would say beyond World War II, I question it all. I question their intent. I question who actually started it. Mm-hmm. And I question their intel, as it were. Like what they're telling us, is that really what's going on over there?
Sure. Well, there's obviously been some holes to poke in that world, and particularly in 2003, with the Iraq War, post September 11th. They've got weapons of mass destruction. We know it. It's
Do
as
they?
clear as the day.
That's
totally.
it, right?
Totally. And they're the great liberators. They're going to do their things. And Cambodia was that same thing, which kicks off the Vietnam War and the dominoes of communism coming to your front door, the bombing of Pearl Harbor. But Reagan, it's a lot of strong arming. It's a lot of saber rattling. It's a lot of tough talk. We're the biggest military. We're going to do this. And you got Eisenhower who's saying, tear down the military complex. We cannot let it define us. We must let peacekeeping missions and diplomacy reign. It's as if the U.S. is the dad at lunch trying to tell you the way to run your life. It's their rules, and you either play by them or not. And invariably, you get somebody or some country or some dictator or some president or prime minister, whomever, to finally say, you don't get to dictate the terms of my life, my country, my constituencies, and you're going to get some pushback.
Yeah, for sure.
And that's how foreign affairs has really worked in many of the ways over the years is we're going to extract what we want from you. We're going to install a new leader that we like, and we're going to take what we can.
Yeah, they've tried that many, 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 many times, it seems.
Yeah.
Kind of a go-to.
Sure. And sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't, but it doesn't ingratiate yourselves across the world. And this movie came out in 99, and at a time of relative peace and prosperity.
Things were going well for me. Going to the theater all the time.
That's right.
Not a fear in the world.
Did you have a plan, though?
I knew what I was going to see. I didn't know what seats I was going to have.
Sure.
But I had a plan.
So that is a year before September 11th, a couple years before the war in Iraq and Afghanistan and
they were
right
there
like,
forever.
It keeps going on and on and on. And it was coming about 8 years or so, maybe a little longer, after the last Kuwaiti invasion from Iraq.
91-ish. That's the one I sort of remembered because I was at my old house where we used to live, and I knew I moved when I was 14, 15, so that's right in there. And I remember that's the first time where I was at an age where I felt a little concerned about war in general because World War II was in the history books for me.
Yep.
Some great movies.
Of course.
But we're past that. We're better now. We figured it all out. And this was happening now. I'm like, oh, we're not done.
But it was such an easy, quote-unquote, war, right? They came in, they took care of Iraq, Kuwait's were liberated and all that stuff. Storm and Norman took care of business. Operation Desert Storm. You get all these like fancy names. You get a logo.
Had a ring to it.
And you get the media, like you're saying, right now it's populating it. It's got a little chyron and it's doing its thing.
Yeah, ever since Vietnam, right? When we saw and We Were Soldiers.
That's right.
They're right there.
Yeah.
Right after they're done.
Yeah.
Like it's like a sports game. You just win the Super Bowl. How did it feel? Like, let this man enjoy the moment.
Yeah.
And they were doing the same thing to Mel Gibson's character. And I'm like, wow. Yeah. How real was that?
Totally. And they lost the Vietnam War. So, like, it's even more.
They haven't determined that yet. The verdict's still out.
So I just thought, in terms of setting a tone for the movie,
yes,
what I liked about it was it's taking these really big global idea, stretching it out over literally 40 years, 50 years even, 60 years of presidents and speeches about peace and war and so forth, and then having it blend, and I'm sure you caught it, but there's a moment where it goes from the presidents we know to either a press secretary or a chairman, a general, whomever, says to China, you think that we're just going to push over or fall over, try me. They're talking about in 2007, this will not happen. So we finally figure out, to your point, what year we're in.
Yeah.
And the lay of the land. It's 7 years in the future from when the movie's made. And I thought that was a pretty seamless transition from a history lesson to present day go, but still in the black and white.
Yeah.
And that's maybe the confusing part.
That's what it was.
That would have been the time where you're like, oh, now we're in color.
Exactly. Even like, I'm calling it CNN, but it was IBS, I think.
IBS, yeah. You should know that one.
I don't have, actually, I'm doing pretty good there. I got other problems.
That's right.
Obviously, I figured it out.
Yes, of course.
Just looking at the clothes. That's when I figured it out. Oh, okay. We're pretty much nowish.
Yeah, future.
Yeah, we're future, but not far. In like the distant future.
What was interesting about that, just if you caught it, and we're not going to spend too much time on him because I hate to mention it, but the Democratic primary was fought between Erickson and
Trump.
There it is. Yeah.
Third watch. I'm observing more, and I thought that was like a Simpsons thing, right?
Yeah.
Like, oh, obviously.
Means nothing in the context of 2000. Again, obviously not a Republican.
Everything's a choice.
Oh, 100%. But he's a guy that's ubiquitous in the culture, so it's not surprising that name might.
Yeah.
And he's joked with running, but
they roll the dice. I will put him in there.
That's right. The fact that he was a Democrat just made me chuckle.
The challenge of this movie, then, we'll talk about throughout the film. Like you mentioned, we have all the presidents, 40 years of history. Yeah. making this feel really big. And I do like the opening credits. I love the and we have the world, like we have the globe, which helps make this feel big.
Totally.
And I'm going into this movie not having a clue. I don't even know what the word deterrence means. Okay?
Too many syllables.
Yeah. I kept thinking about Deliverance, which, I don't know what that movie's about. People have talked about it. Yeah, it seems
You'd like that one.
Seems like a taboo subject.
Yeah.
But it's just like one word. Starts with a D, ends with an E. So
Yeah, no, it's in the ballpark for sure. Yeah, that's Ned Beatty and Burt Reynolds, John Voight.
Oh, well.
Ronnie Cox.
Is it on your shelf?
It is on my shelf, yeah.
Of course.
I don't know if it's coming off. It's a tough watch. I think it's a John Badham movie or John Burnham.
So I have no idea what I'm watching here.
Yeah. Are you getting into it is the question.
I'm not out. You know, these could be a hit and miss. These types of films, like looking at it now, we did American President, we did Dave, very different movies, but obviously the main character is the president.
Yeah.
So this comes from a different angle completely, and telling a story in such a different and interesting way, I was curious to see if it would keep my attention for the full movie.
Yeah.
And
well, that's the goal. What I found interesting is the setup that this movie has, because we end up discovering as we watch it that the whole movie takes place in this diner with the same 7 or 8 people, but then also cutting to news reports.
Yeah.
The weather in Aztec, Colorado.
Very good.
The terrible snowstorms. We can't see. We've got a blindness of 0.5 kilometers or miles.
It's not good.
Got to find the next nearest place. I thought the setup is executed perfectly. As a person that is sitting across the couch from somebody who needs often the specifics to get into it, I wonder.
Lay it out for me.
Yeah, but I thought this movie did a very good job of that early on, which is to establish the stakes we're dealing with, or at least conceptually. We don't yet know what his plot is, but we've spent this much time talking about war. Obviously, there's a thing.
It's got something to do
It's going to have something to do with it, right? And then the weather, and we have to get over to the diner. So it doesn't feel like it's contrived to me that he's in the room.
I think they actually do a pretty good job of this part of the movie. Like the whole concept of everything happening in this diner, for some people, not me, Philip, could be a tough one to digest.
Sure.
I think because even the things that may not make sense, they are able to make it make sense. And that's all we can really ask for. So nothing stood out to me like, bullshit. Because they're just explaining things like, okay, satellite phones, okay, I get it.
Sure.
And you're talking to this guy, you're talking to that guy. There's one thing that I do. That's why it's off the shelf, not coming on, that I'll reveal a little bit later.
Sure.
It was like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
But other than that, I was pretty impressed with that ability to tell this story in that setting.
Awesome.
And very cost effective from a budget point of view.
Totally.
And you have Pollock as your lead. Now,
dicey. You're not sure.
Yeah, I think we both agree. Solid guy.
Yep.
But
he's always enjoyable, but he's always the other guy.
We had the same conversation about Jeff Goldblum. Can he be the lead?
Sure.
And he was in number 2.
In Lost World, not so much.
Well, you know, I felt,
that movie's terrible.
Looking back, I thought we were a little bit harsh on it, actually. I think he can lead. I changed my tune on that one.
Oh, my gosh.
I know.
David. No conviction whatsoever. No backbone.
Back on the fence.
Let me just get comfortable. Cozy up.
It's a thick fence.
Lots of room.
I was able to get this lazy
cozy.
boy on top of this fence, and I'm doing quite well there.
Cushion. It was delicious. It reclines now. I got a fence that reclines.
Well, you know what? And this movie, there's a lot of times in it that I was on the, I don't want to say on the fence, but I had mixed feelings about this movie. Do I like it? Do I not like it? And I came to somewhat of a conclusion. You know,
somewhat's all we can ask for, really.
Yeah.
What I think is that the point of the movie, or at least the themes of the movie, ask you to make those kinds of determinations. And so if you're torn at times about what is or isn't a good idea or a positive or whatever else, and how do I feel about these decisions that are being made, I think that is intentional. So that is okay.
Yeah.
And I think it's important. Now, I wonder, just before we leave the subject, can we make a promise right now that at the end of the episode, we will talk about ranking all of the presidents in the montage.
You want to write this down?
And then ignore it maybe later.
Oh, yeah, we can definitely ignore it. 'Cause I don't want to pick and choose.
No. But I'll tell you right now, Clinton's my favorite.
He's my boy. He's my boy. JFK's up there, too.
Yeah.
Gone before his time.
Yeah, sure.
What I can say about that.
Yep.
Which should come off your shelf, hopefully soon.
I can't wait. I got a beautiful 4K Shout Factory 3-disc set.
Now we're talking. Talk my
delicious.
language.
Director's cut.
Yum yum. But to finish off the thought here, I am on board.
Okay, great.
to everything that's happening. I've accepted the terms of the movie.
Wonderful.
Doesn't mean necessarily I'm going to love it.
It doesn't matter.
Or like it, but
if you don't
accept it.
If you don't accept that this guy, president of the United
you're
States,
out.
can end
Shut
up
it
in a
off now.
diner in the middle of Colorado,
It's over.
then you're going to be wrestling with that for the next 25 minutes.
Don't bother at that point.
Yeah.
Because you're not doing it.
That's right.
justice.
But I think the movie justifies its positions and shows itself well enough to make it engaging and this makes sense.
One thing I felt that might be challenging for this movie is exposition. When you're in such a confined space with a confined number of characters. And we already know it's going to be dialogue heavy.
Yes.
Because of that.
Exactly.
So do we really want Pollock explaining everything? Spend the half movie there? Fortunately, like many diners and cafes in 2007, they had a 24-inch TV. Generally
Those were the
speaking.
days, weren't they? Gosh, it was so
Not
simple.
really.
Man. No, it's miserable.
And we are able to get some of those things through the newscast that comes up regularly, even at the very beginning, but now it's in color.
Yes.
And we get, again, IBS as the CNN.
The broadcaster,
Yeah, or Fox. I don't know which one it leans to, if it's the right or the left. I don't know which one's which.
Right
I play center.
When IBS, you're dealing with right up the middle.
So I think that helps the movie tell its story along the way, having that extra voice.
Correct. What I think is most interesting, though, is they established that Pollock was never elected. And that comes into play throughout the whole movie.
Yeah.
He's obviously Jewish, which obviously will come back later. But
Yeah.
more importantly, he's a vice president that was appointed by the president after the first vice president that was elected got kicked out for scandal, and the president himself, who was elected, died.
That sounds about right.
Yeah, the accountability piece.
It's like Dave.
A little bit, sure. The accountability piece comes in handy, or it comes in
It's important.
later, and I think it's really well executed here, and it's all plausible. Because, speaking of Nixon, right, his first vice president, Spiro Agnew, was thrown out for scandal. So they brought Gerald Ford in, and then when Nixon resigned, Gerald Ford became the president.
That was
So
the last
he's-
time, I believe.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But so there is a precedent. So again, it's not so far-fetched. It doesn't feel tacked on. It doesn't feel...
It's in the law book. It's in the
Exactly.
rules. This
So-
can happen.
Exactly. The more you make the stuff around what happens real, then you can be a little bit more fanciful with what does happen. And that's the same thing with establishing reality. Tom Savini in the Friday the 13th movies, he talks about how the best kills come when you establish the axe in the tree trunk, shows that it's sharp, it's powerful, it's in there, and it's real. And then when the guy picks it up later and he grabs it out of the trunk and stabs the guy in the head, we know that part isn't real because that person isn't
Oh, but it
right,
helps
doesn't
sell
die.
it. Okay.
But we've made the connection that that's real, so we'll allow the fantasy of, well, that axe just chopped down a tree. Now it can obviously chop down a person.
The guy was a genius.
Really is. Still is.
Best series I've watched in a long time.
Yeah, we're getting to a couple more later, buddy.
Much later. Geez, we haven't hit summertime yet.
Oh no, maybe I'll
Oh, a
audible. You
little
don't
taste. Yeah, get us through the summer.
know. That's right.
I'm okay with
Summer
that.
camp. But so I really like that the whole setup allows for that opportunity, and no one should have a question about reality. And for a person like yourself who struggles with that.
Reality? I struggle with reality.
And for me too, when watching it originally, I was like, I am into whatever's happening at this point.
Let's introduce the yous and me's.
The regular Joes.
The non-politicians.
That's right.
This diner is owned and operated by Harvey,
Harv.
the man.
Yep. My grandfather's name.
Cool. Good name. I like it. We have Ralphie,
Yep.
played by...
Sean Astin. Mikey himself.
Was that his name in Lord of the Rings?
No.
No? Okay.
Goonies. Goonies.
Well, yeah, it was in Goonies. So he's firing on all cylinders in 99.
He's kind of a guy that was disappeared from the world.
Yeah, a good kid, though. And then we have, I want to say Mickey Mantle, but it might not be Mickey because it sounds a lot like Mickey Mantle.
It's true.
Because he was in 8 Men Out.
Abe Patel.
Yeah, playing chess with...
You tell me, because you know this one.
I forget her name. I didn't look it up, but she played Tom Cruise's ex-wife in Minority Report.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Catherine Morris?
Sounds good to me. Honestly, I looked that one up. I knew her face, but listen, I'll admit it. I'll admit it.
But you didn't remember it. You looked it up and then
Yeah.
you forgot it.
Yeah. And she was involved in Cold Case, the TV show,
Okay.
as being the lead.
Sure.
through the whole series. That was her show, which I've...
Did it ever get hot?
No, some cases did get warm. They did warm up. I actually haven't seen it. It's a TV show if you really want to lose yourself in, because you're looking at like 8, 9, 10 seasons.
Okay, like a monk.
Yeah, honestly, I couldn't get into that.
Yeah, you tried.
I tried.
It
didn't quite take. I didn't give it its full chance, but nonetheless, that's her.
Okay, great.
And Katie.
Yeah.
Is that Quebec French?
Yeah.
Eh,
I think she's a Quebecois actress.
maybe, but there's a scene later. Like, I don't know what that is. I liked it.
Sure, I bet you did.
When she's talking to the president, that doesn't sound like Quebec French, but that's not important. Well, it is because I said it.
Yeah, it's obviously noteworthy.
Yeah.
According to our IMDb, she's from France.
Oh, okay. Well, that's not Quebec French. That's a big difference, believe you me.
Yeah.
I think that rounds it out. Don't I miss anybody there? I think a
No, that's everybody.
pretty small crew. Everyone else will obviously touch on because there's...
Yeah, well, I mean, you bring in your Secret Service. None of these people have real names or faces, but the Secret Service is there.
Yeah.
The guy with the nuclear football, who's always right around the corner, it seems, from the president.
Uh-huh.
There's a documentary film crew, which, again, ties into some of the media. But our two kind of co-leads, if you will, Timothy Hutton as the chief of staff, Marshall.
Yes. Call him Marsh if you're on that level.
And Cheryl Lee Ralph, who plays Gail.
Secretary of State.
She's the NSA, National Security Advisor.
Too many abbreviations to keep track of.
So those are your three main players, and they're the main actors. I mean, ultimately, there's the names that you might, or faces that you might recognize.
Dexter.
Yeah, Gail's and Dexter.
Dexter's the Secret Service guy.
Okay.
Come on.
Is Dexter...
I haven't seen that show.
No, he's not in that show. Is he in that show?
No, Dexter's the guy's name in this movie. The Secret Service guy.
Oh, okay.
His name in the movie is Dexter.
Fantastic.
Yeah. I think that's important.
It is.
They're just Secret Service to you, eh?
Yeah, they're all the same.
Yeah, just a face. This guy plays a big role in this.
Credit where it's due. It's the interpreter.
Yeah, he knows tones. It's important. And if I was to pick a conversation with one of the regs, for me it would be the one with Pollock talking to Abe.
Taylor.
Taylor. Is that his name in this?
Yeah.
Very good. After some chess tips and tricks, they talk about old age security.
Yeah.
And that's the thing, obviously, here in Canada as well. You have a certain age to receive. I'm almost there, actually. And they talk about the origins of why it's 65.
Yeah.
And, like, I don't know if that's true. It wouldn't surprise me, but that's pretty much when you die.
Yep.
So...
Yeah, it's like a cheating system, right? You're like, oh, yeah, you can get it at 65 because you're going to live maybe a couple years after that.
Yeah. Now that is equivalent, like he says, to 102.
Yeah.
Moving it up to 73, that's reasonable.
Yeah, right. As a person that's 40, or it might not seem quite so reasonable, but the guy that's 60 is, or 70 even is...
I'll take it.
Yeah, I don't think anybody's happy, actually, that would extend it. But I do think that the story is interesting, and if it is that arbitrary, it's funny to me that you would just look at the actuarials and go with it 100 years ago or whatever it was, and now you're stuck with it because no one wants to change it because, again, you'd be disenfranchising. Hey, everybody that's been racing towards 65 to retire, you got 7 more years.
Yeah.
People would lose their minds.
The American political system has a really hard time changing certain things to be...
beneficial?
not beneficial, but to make more sense in today. Like when
That's
you talk,
not just them, though. That's every...
That's true. But you talk about like gun laws and stuff like that. You want to keep your guns. Guys, I'm not trying to take that away from you.
No.
But with the invention of automatic guns and everything, back then, if you walk into an office and to shoot people up, you...
Musket.
Exactly. There's a commercial for that gun control. I'm like, let's update that. And I think we have a hard time, even with internet rules and laws. Like, we're just getting to the point was, well, maybe we should regulate a little bit so kids aren't killing themselves because of social media. You think?
Yeah.
They're always like 10, 15, sometimes 100 years behind making these small little changes to the Constitution because they're all worried, oh, we can't, no, it's got to stay exactly the same until it benefits them otherwise.
Sure,
Maybe.
yeah.
But it's frustrating.
I bet. You're so prone and able to change that I'm sure it's frustrating to watch somebody else slow down.
I'm with the times, buddy.
So after all that setup, it's 15 minutes into the movie approximately. I feel like we've got a lot of information in that 15, but we need a reason why we're watching the movie.
That's correct. I was starting to wonder, not in a bad way. I'm like,
Sure.
okay, it's probably...
What's the story?
Yeah,
right?
What are we doing here in the diner in Aztec, Colorado?
And I think they do a pretty good job of establishing that what is happening in the Middle East is Iraq has invaded Kuwait again.
Time of year.
And that the American peacekeeping force has been overrun and likely killed.
Yeah, about 300 or so, I think was the number.
That's right.
Yeah.
And immediately they're going to sanction Iraq, and it's going to be a thing. But they talk about how there's different sections of the world they're already obligated towards. Different military is, in China outside, the Koreans, they're sort of dealing with that. So they try and look at the big picture and see what's on the table. But I thought it's a fascinating reality of these actions happening and how fast you have to react to them, sometimes without the information, all of it.
Yes.
And I thought this was pretty effective, again, right away, get the hooks in you.
Generally speaking, you might question how they don't know this first. But I think with the setup of the circumstances, the year that we're living in, I was like, no, that can happen. IBS can have that information before the president. They're all focused on the primaries. They have a lot on their plate.
Time.
Exactly. So I can see how they might be one or two steps. And they do a good job of explaining it, where they ask questions. How did we not know about this?
Yeah.
What's going on here? The satellites. So these are the questions I want to hear. And they give me an answer that's satisfactory to me. You're going to keep me rolling with the punches.
Totally.
And that movie is, again, successful in that aspect of it, because I think for somebody who's already out because of the setup, this is why there's no point in watching it further, because you're just like, oh, this is just stupid, right?
Yeah, for sure. And I also think that it's interesting. They don't really dive into this as much as I would have liked, but I like that Marshall, as the chief of staff, is talking about the political upside. If you get to be strong on foreign affairs, he talks about how he was selected specifically. Pollock does. He knows global affairs. He knows what's up in the world.
That's his jam, right? Yeah.
Right. And so, but Marshall starts talking about how there's a possibility these American soldiers that died can be used politically to bolster our credibility, as it were, in the polls and so forth.
That's the nature of the game.
But it's revealed that basically Iraq has tactical, chemical, and biological weapons that are ready to go.
That's what they're saying.
And they could reach Israel, Greece, and Turkey in about an hour and a half.
Turkey.
Exactly.
This isn't 99 movie, so we can forgive it for saying Turkey.
Yeah. Turducken. So that is your setup.
Yep.
And then his reaction is get the cabinet on their cell phones, on everything you can.
No, not the cell phones, buddy.
Yeah.
Got to be secure here.
That's right.
Can't do on speakerphone.
Yes. Yeah. The whole movie takes place on speakerphone, for the record, but
but through a satellite,
exactly.
They rigged it
bounced
up.
around. It's like sneakers. You got 7 different satellite breaks. You're good. But yeah, they have the guards at the phone booth, because now that's going to be a secure line. And they're going to talk about looking for a map, because the president now has to respond.
Yeah.
So they
can't do nothing. I like how IBS is assuming the White House knows, and they're working on it. They're literally just finding out now. It's like their default answer.
Sure.
It's like, we know before them, but we want to help save a little bit face, right? Because they need to have a relationship too with each other. It's very subtle, but it's there.
What did you think of that address?
The big speech.
It's the end of Act 1. And it's 30 minutes into basically a 90-minute movie. So we've established the characters. We now had your inciting incident. And the last sort of button on it to me is this speech, as it were.
It's a big one.
Yeah.
It even takes Hutton back a little bit, Marshall. Like,
Pollock knows what he's going to do. They're offering their suggestions, but he's not particularly engaging in it.
Yeah.
They're saying you got to be presidential. You got to talk about the primary. You got to talk about the future, this and that.
What you would expect, usual stuff. But I would say, steps it up a notch, brings it a little bit further than one would anticipate. Now, I'm not sure when this idea formed inside of him, if it was 2 years ago, a week ago, 10 minutes ago. He's just waiting for the opportunity. So I don't know that aspect of it, but he makes a pretty big, but his speech is impactful. He drops a bomb, metaphorically speaking, on TV, saying that he will respond with a nuclear bomb.
Yeah.
On Baghdad.
Yes. And you're giving an hour and 20 minutes.
Yeah, but the duration of the movie.
Exactly. Basically. To
get
evacuate.
Which is not enough time, by the way.
No.
I don't know if you know how
millions of people on there. Everyone's going to lose their minds.
Yeah. So that's not very nice.
Yeah, they don't seem to care. But this is the thing where they talk about how they can't conventionally go in because they've got their troops spread out in those 3 or 4 different places in the world. They can't go in one way. They have to go in the other, at least is how it's being presented.
Even though other means are presented throughout the movie, we can get back to the White House and we can
reset.
Exactly. And we can realign things and we can do things a little bit more conventionally. The admiral or general or both are like, well, we can do it other ways. But it seems like his mind
immediately made up.
And that's
and
scary.
This 100%. Yeah. And that is the thing with this movie. And, you know, we joked about or talked about in The American President about a proportional response. And is this that? And I would suggest everyone around him thinks no.
Mm-hmm.
And you're in a situation where he's not conferring with Congress. He's not using any of the sort of chains of command.
Exactly.
He is the single voice in the matter, which comes in later,
this
too.
Movie's well before its time.
Yeah, and I think that's ultimately a lot of the stuff that we're wrestling with right now. So I found it interesting in these kind of parallels where just somebody, one person, can decide these catastrophic, impactful things like dropping a bomb and wiping out a civilization.
Yeah, that was like, oh my gosh, this is Trump's like favorite movie.
Yeah. So anyway, I just thought that was an interesting connection point, and I thought riveting television if I weren't living it.
I think that's the problem I have with the movie, and it's not really a fault with the movie. It's just how it makes me feel. You know, I have like issues with Glory Days.
Yeah.
Revisiting that life, I'm like, oh, well, I don't like that. I'm not enjoying this because I didn't enjoy that part of my life. This, I thought about American President, which is hard not to, at least a little bit. And I thought about Michael Douglas really struggling with the fact that he had to kill one janitor.
Sure.
And I love that scene. We both loved the movie. It was a fantastic experience. Yeah. But if you remember, there's a part of maybe just me or maybe us that's like, oh, I wish that was real, and I know it's not, and I'm sad about that.
Oh, that somebody had the heart to think about the people. Yeah.
Yeah.
The least presidential thing.
Yeah. And what this movie made me feel a little bit was helplessness.
Oh.
When you have these decision makers, the prime ministers, the presidents, any leader, they are making these types of decisions, and there's nothing we can do about it.
Except vote
Except for vote.
Yeah.
Which that's
only 37% of us do. So,
but I can't vote in the American election.
Oh yeah, no,
right?
For sure. The ripple of that, 100%. You're right.
Because his decisions, I'm not going to name who,
of course,
kills people. Takes lives. It could be something. What we think is a very small decision has big ripple effects.
Totally.
And I don't like that feeling of watching this in action, seeing these people saying, "Well, I'm going to do this, and I'm giving you the reasons."
Yeah, and I'm right to do it.
Yeah. I'm like, oh, and then these poor people who have nothing to do with anything, living their lives, and this one American will get you killed because of his ego, because it's a dick measuring contest, like the stupidest reasons in the world.
Yeah,
and you're dead.
Yeah,
that's what I don't like about this movie. And again, it's not a reflection on the storytelling, on the characters, the actors. I think that's all pretty solid, but I'm like, oh, I don't feel great about that.
Sure.
Yeah.
Well, I think regardless of the present day allusions, I think that question is something that I wrestled with 26 years ago in watching it. Is the ripple effect of what he decides in this little vacuum and how we're supposed to feel about it. And we'll get to that sort of as it goes on. But
he wasn't even elected.
Yeah, well, these are the crunchy moments of the movie, right? Is it not okay?
Sorry, crunchy. It's like lettuce on a
exactly
on a cheeseburger.
You get it. You know,
Ralphie.
Something crunchy here.
What I also think is important to know, and information for us as an audience, what are the options once they maybe hit the button and launch the nuclear? Because we're on a very tight window of evacuation or allowing the bad guy,
sure,
forget his name, to agree to terms.
Yeah.
And they assume that they can just shut it off and it doesn't detonate. But there's two problems with that. I don't know if you picked up on it.
No.
One, they shut her down and it just drops, doesn't explode, but then you're giving the enemy a nuclear warhead.
Yeah.
Which
not a good idea.
Not a good idea. Or you detonate it somewhere else. But you get something called nuclear rain.
Radiation of some kind.
Yeah, you don't want that. So they determined those aren't good options. So it raises the stakes a little bit. It's like once this thing launches.
Yeah, once you commit, you're fully in.
You're fully committed.
Yeah. Pollock seems to suggest in his rationale that he is betting that Hussein will not let the city of Baghdad fall.
I think that's literally what he says. Yeah.
And he's speaking to the NSA, Gail, and she says this isn't a gamble. Like, this isn't something trivial. And that goes back to a little bit of what we're dealing with in the world today, which is the triviality of it all, including stuff during Desert Storm in the 90s. Right now, it's video games. Right now, there's a video to watch it. Now there's crystal clear images coming from the war zone. You know, that wasn't the case in 70s with Vietnam and certainly before.
Yeah, the problem is you don't know if it's real or not, but otherwise.
Well, then you did because
then you did for sure.
It wasn't AI.
But now it's
can
hard to know.
Manipulate so much. So it's a fascinating world and how heavy in the stakes seem to be here.
And it seems that Pollock isn't joking.
Yeah, they keep trying to get a read on him, and it's ultimately just saying, I'm certain that this is the deal.
I'm doing it.
And a reaction to that, Hussein in Iraq wants to get on the phone.
Get on the
Figure
horn.
What the hell is going on? Now, you've established a number of times you're taking Arabic lessons.
I am 3 times a week.
So did you, A, understand anything that was being said?
Not a clue.
B, could you translate anything that was being said? Could you read it? Could you?
Had they actually used it, because all we're getting as an audience is the English version.
Yeah,
so I wasn't even given the opportunity to show off
Couldn't shine.
what I've learned. I can read Arabic and I can say those words.
Okay.
So I can speak Arabic to you.
Yeah.
Some letters, let me tell you, are pretty tough.
Yeah.
Do they certain movements in your throat and your tongue, and I struggle with about 2 specific ones.
Yeah. That would have been your strong suit, I thought.
Well, you think about my
Working
Klingon,
with your tongue and your throat?
especially in high school.
Yeah.
But my Klingon, you think would have helped me out
Yeah,
as
you
well.
kind of have that basis.
Yeah, the mach tanach, but it's slightly different.
Okay. Slightly different than Klingon.
Yeah. But I don't know what I'm saying.
Gotcha.
I haven't learned what the words mean
Gotcha.
outside of a couple like common ones, not
Sure.
swear ones like you would learn
course
or
not.
know probably.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, that's fair. I thought this scene was excellent.
I thought Dexter,
Dexter the man. Yeah, he steps up.
the Secret Service guy, how he's relaying that information, not only the language but the tone,
Yeah.
I thought it's a small thing, but it really sold the scene for me.
Yeah. It feels real. It feels like this is happening in real time. It feels like he's listening in real time, and he feels like he's translating in real time.
Wait, no, he's left the phone. No,
Yeah.
he's not there. Hold on. And Pollock's having this big rant.
Yeah.
Nah, he's not listening right
Yeah.
now.
It's perfect.
Yeah.
Because the president assumes, I believe, that his voice and rhetoric is the most important part of the conversation because he's got the weapon. And what that kind of pissing contest, like you're saying, or the dick measuring or whatever.
Take your pick.
It is effectively these two leaders one-upping one another to the point where one just says, hang up the phone, fuck you.
Well, he says he will not negotiate with a Jew.
Yeah, well, that's a bigger issue, and we can get into that.
Yeah.
But just the mere fact that you would hang up on the president in the midst of all of this is audacious, and I think makes for compelling watching. And the president's response as a Jewish person, I'm sure, feels ill at ease or makes the whole situation an extra layer of discomfort. Because it isn't just the U.S. versus the Middle East, which has been going on forever.
Yeah, it turns a regular war into a holy war, I think.
right.
And that's something I know, but to articulate it that way, I never really thought about 2 different types of wars. I feel like they're always intermingled.
Sure.
But I don't know. It was
well, in this instance, they even say later, how do you know when to stop? Right? If you're fighting for God, then when do you stop? When God tells you to stop, which is never going to happen.
No, well, I mean, God does talk to you. We've seen frailty.
That's true. Yeah, always the positive messages.
That's Bill Paxton.
So I thought that was an interesting kind of conceit for this conversation. The ability to say, we're getting in over our heads. This is Marshall and Gail both approaching him and saying, like, you're getting us into something bigger and deeper than we are ready for.
Yeah, you're writing a check that I'm not sure we can cash.
That's right. And you throw in the factor that he's not elected and a Jewish person.
An atheist, apparently.
Yeah, well, that comes out
Yeah.
as part of his oath of office. You know,
Yeah.
we have to forget about it.
Is that a real thing?
The official rule is you're separating church and state, and so yes, technically it's a rule.
Because I thought the president was always at the front row at church. Like, he's the Christian guy. Like, that was a thing.
It can be.
I remember something when we watched Contact where they wouldn't back Jodie Foster's character because she was an atheist. Like, she didn't believe.
That's right.
So
yes.
she didn't get the spot on the spaceship, and they gave it to somebody else.
Yeah.
And that was a big conflict. That's what I remember from that movie. So I just wasn't sure if he was just blowing smoke up Katie's, what's the saying?
Up her chimney?
Or if that was a real thing. Like, was he being sarcastic or...
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think...
Like, do you actually take an oath of being an atheist?
Yeah, I think you just don't take an oath, I think is the thing. If you're, in theory, a Muslim who thinks that the promised land is after death and this is all just a waste of time until we get to the promised land of virgins and paradise and, where you meet all
Sounds
your
great.
family and all that.
Looking forward to it.
Exactly. But it means that the decisions you're making today are only reflective of that rather than the present, theoretically.
Yeah. I do like Katie's response is like, well, then you're not responsible to anybody.
Yes. That is one of the cruxes of the movie, for
good
sure.
comeback.
I thought it was great. Great Canadian girl.
This is the point in the movie where, like, what accent is that?
Yeah.
But I love it.
Yeah. I thought that this section, that particular line, there's a couple in this movie that I thought really ground the movie. And I think even though the line is subtle, or I shouldn't say that, actually, the line is specific.
Very specific.
They don't really make a meal out of it. The movie isn't that question, but setting it up and stating it in that manner, I think, allows a little resonance for the movie to really hammer it home, some of the ideologies in the movie. And I think that's important.
It's never, ever too on the nose with anything. Even, like, his character himself. Like, what kind of person is this President Emerson? Like, is he off his rocker? Harvey thinks so.
Yeah.
I don't think you can get, like, a psychiatrist to say it, but this president is insane. I'm like, I never got that.
Yeah.
But his decisions could lend to that.
I think he would tell you that it's all rationed and reasoned, and I think he could convey that.
And even when he did the speech, he said, well, peace is subjective. Like, I'm offering here a solution.
Yeah.
Doesn't sound very peaceful, but it could be construed as that in a way.
Yeah, the idea is, like you're
Deterrence.
The short-term pain for the long-term gain, right? Which is to say, sure, it's bloody and it's gory and it's gruesome today, but if what I do today means there'll never be another war in the history of our lives, are you prepared to sacrifice whomever is the casualties involved? I think
that's the biggest question of this movie.
Yeah, and I don't know that the movie fully answers that question, but that is what these scenes are, I think, trying to ask.
We'll answer it at the end.
Of course.
We're qualified.
That's right.
One thing I learned about that, actually, is in marriage, making decisions that are better the long term. They might suck for me right now. I might lose this, but in the long run, it's better.
Sure.
Because she's happy. That's
the
most important thing.
Some might argue that it's like, have the fight today so that you don't just bottle it up and swallow it for 10 years, build resentment, and then it's like this huge catastrophe.
Yeah, you can go that way too.
Right. And I'm not saying right or wrong or you or me, but I've certainly been in situations where had we nipped this in the bud at the beginning, then we would have been in a far better place 10 years, 15 years in, when you're like, wait a minute.
That's a good point.
I've hated you for 15 years. I never told you I hated you, so now you don't even know that I hate you, but I can't, or whatever, right? You pissed me off. That thing the other time you said, you can't take it back. I think there are some things that you don't have to be the extremities, but everything in between you can work on and massage. But if you just swallow it and then bring it up 15 years later, and like, you remember that time you told me to shut the fuck up at the carnival? It's like,
wow, remember that?
You remember that? I didn't even know, right? You're like, yeah, because quietly I've hated you every day since.
It's been festering.
Yeah.
I got a brain tumor now.
So I think that he goes to his wife to find out, are you with me?
Yeah. Now, if he does this, do you think they can come back from that? If she doesn't agree? Because I get the impression
she doesn't seem
not
to
be
yeah.
on board.
Yeah.
Her voice was sexy.
You liked it?
Do you know who that was?
No.
Check the credits. Yeah, and it's an interesting
conversation. Was it Mrs. Seinfeld?
No, it was not.
Mrs. Ochmonic?
Helen? No, it was not. But I like that conversation. What the sense did you get from him? Do you think she swayed him at all?
No. What I got from it, in particular, he's seemingly wrestling with the decision with her. He's allowing some level of vulnerability. Because if you listen to him on the phone, if you listen to him when talking to Gail,
it's much different.
So when he goes to Bean and he talks about, I need you with me, don't say that, and his voice is quivering a little bit from the emotion of it, I thought it was interesting. The movie, I think, just drops the ball on this particular front.
Doesn't she compare him to Hitler? I'm not your
Ava Braun.
Ava
yeah.
Braun?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the relationship, I think, is toast for sure. But I think him wrestling with it is a scene of the movie that we don't spend enough time on.
Okay.
Because it feels like he's emotionally wrought in this moment. And it actually may trigger what happens after if he's that stressed or put out by it. Had she said, honey, anything, had she just been more supportive. Right?
She was a bit of a Joe.
She was just a bit of a Joe.
She was a bit of a Joe.
No, obviously, realistically. But I think he's looking for that. And the fact that he doesn't get it might actually exacerbate his frustration because he's looking for someone who's with me and no one is. Well, screw you all.
I'm gonna do it
I'm
now.
going anyway, even hotter.
Yeah. That sounds like a human reaction.
I think so, right?
Or at least a male human reaction.
I think it's the same thing we talked about with those other countries, right? You're going to bully me and push me around and talk down to me and make me feel less than? I'm going to revolt. I'm going to rise up as best I can.
F you, and who cares who it hurts?
Coming up on my favorite scene in the movie, it's basically the end of Act 2.
We can agree on that.
Back at a pool table with a president and a chief of staff. I thought you might appreciate that as a fan of the American president.
Yeah. Big shoes to fill, though.
Yeah.
Martin Sheen.
But they're ultimately looking for the same thing. Are you with me and why aren't you? AJ's trying to convince Shepard of one thing and the wrestling between the two. And here we have Pollock and Hutton having somewhat similar, and he's again looking for validation. You're not with me, are you?
He doesn't get validation, but he gets one really good story.
Yeah.
Oppenheimer?
Yeah.
That's what it was. I haven't seen
Los
it.
Alamos. Yeah, for sure.
I don't know what year it was. It was a bunch of tests they did.
Yeah, it's the testing of the atomic bomb that they ended up dropping on Hiroshima.
And they went well. Good tests, as far as tests go.
Sure.
But he's
a 1,000-mile crater in the middle of the desert, evaporating a tower.
Yeah, and the way he describes that, very detailed, and he talks about the steel building.
Tower. Yeah.
And that just basically...
evaporates.
Evaporated. And that's not easy to do, evaporation.
No, you've tried.
Well, I did vape for a bit. It wasn't quite the same thing. That speech resonated with me. So if I'm on the other side of things, like, oh, yeah, that's a big deal.
Yeah.
And that's just a mosquito bite of what you're about to do.
Yeah.
That landed with me.
The second half of this speech, I think, is the one that resonates deeper to me, certainly, and I think to the movie, which is identifying Baghdad as where the Garden of Eden was.
That's right.
And what I found interesting about that is you're speaking to a Jewish person about a circumstance with Muslim people using a Christian metaphor basis.
Theology or...
Right, yeah. So I think it's interesting that he uses that context to explain that the Garden of Eden was in Iraq, and he pressures the president and says, what you're doing is you're ending civilization in the same place that civilization began.
For some people.
Sure, but to him,
yeah.
And that is the crux of the movie for me. I don't believe in God at all, and I think it's all a bunch of craziness. So the idea that line can have any resonance on me, let alone anybody else, I think says something about not only the story that's got us here an hour in, and the reality of that, true or not, again, doesn't make a difference to me. The idea of that and the movies presenting it as that, I think is a really powerful way to end and ratchet up that last gasp of, will you listen to this?
Because if you're not going to listen to this, I don't think you're going to listen to anything. It's
like the big play to me. Like, think about the consequences here. And it's a line I've thought about since I saw the movie. It's resonated that long.
I'm just surprised that you actually took the podcast host oath. Don't believe. We don't want to bring that into this.
Sure.
It's been tough for me.
Yeah, I bet.
I respect that.
So needless to say, that's my favorite line of the movie. Really powerful way to end what ultimately is the second act and move us forward into really decision time, because the next wave of action in the movie really starts to amp things up.
Yeah, we get Hafez Omari on the telly, and it starts out as if they're backing down, but it humbles them to say, we are going to pull out our missiles. They have them scattered in certain areas.
Yep.
I
Get
don't
a
know.
map, they point them out.
Yeah, I don't have the logistics of it, but the point is they are targeting New York. Australia came up.
Yep, Israel.
Israel, yeah, that's a big one.
Other NATO states.
And the U.S. cannot allow Israel to get touched. We know that.
Sure.
And that takes this whole conflict to a pretty high level. When you're dealing with
2/3 of the global powers.
Yeah, when New York could be wiped out, Washington, D.C. Came up. It makes this decision a lot more difficult, I would think.
Yeah. What's funny to me about that, I mean, not funny, but the reality is that once again, Marshall, having just made that speech, immediately starts talking about the political upside. We can sacrifice some Israel and Turkish lives.
Just not the American ones. That's politics for you right there. If you're still doing this, I got to be on your side, right?
Yep. That's got to get in line.
Mm-hmm. And this prompts a phone call. See if we can work things out.
Yeah, sure.
Ceasefire.
Yeah, Hussein's back on the call.
The line. I don't know if they had to dial 9 to get out. They've connected. And I think, my friend, this is a really reasonable offer.
Okay.
Even more reasonable than last week in Mad Max 2, Mr. Humongous.
Yes.
I'll give you a passage. I'll give you all these things. We just want a little gasoline.
Yeah.
What's the big deal? We'll release all these hostages. Everyone's a winner.
Yep. It's not unlike what these guys are offering, actually.
Pretty close.
We're going to freeze gas prices, barrels.
They offer a lot
to
de-escalate this. The only thing they're unwilling to do is remove the troops or whatever they're doing in Kuwait.
Yes.
The original issue.
Invasion. Yep.
And just like that, Emerson's like, no deal.
Yep.
And hangs up.
Well, not just hangs up. There's a whole sequence of...
Slams the receiver down.
The Iraqi president is... on and on and on. We have the power, we have the power, we have the power. Which, as we're establishing in modern times, it turns out the Strait of Hormuz, whomever controls that has the power to disrupt an entire global economy.
Seemingly. That's an issue.
Yeah.
Let's make some more passages.
It's really shocking that that level of power can still be harnessed in such a small piece and how effective and how much the global economy is still based on oil and gas, considering conflicts in this part of the world have existed for a millennia. Not just between the U.S., between themselves. There's just so much conflict in that area.
And it's so narrow.
Yes. It's crazy. Pollock at the end delivers his I have the match and slams the phone down.
Yeah.
Kind of a mixed metaphor. I have the power, I have the match. Doesn't seem to...
It's a little heavy for me.
But they're saying we control the oil, which means we control you. So if he's saying I have the match, it means I'm going to blow up your fucking oil.
I get it. I just... It's for me. It didn't sit with that moment. Yeah, I moved on from it pretty quick. It didn't leave a real bad taste in my mouth. But however, can't win them all.
That's right. That movie is not perfect.
It's not perfect.
Sure.
As many on IMDb would say it is. Probably.
Right. That's right. Ralphie has a perfect plan, though. Ralphie decides this is the time.
Yeah, this guy should run for office.
So he probably did, really, in 2015. It turns out a version of this guy. Krispy Kreme, them motherfuckers.
Yeah. This is the only instance where it felt a little contrived.
Okay.
He's yelling and screaming. Oh, okay, here we go. He's going to talk to the president.
Yeah.
But, Aston delivers a lot of racist stuff.
Yeah. Did you take notes?
He did. I was actually going to make a joke with you at the beginning, but I didn't want to.
I appreciate that. Yeah. That's all right.
Use one of those terms.
Yeah.
But you're none of those. I don't have a code word for stand-up guy.
Appreciate that. I hate this scene because of the same. It is a little contrived.
Yeah.
It is also very 2000s. It strikes me as very kind of bro-y in a way that is just uncomfortable.
Probably accurate, though.
But sadly, kind of accurate.
Still is, maybe. I don't know.
To a certain section of the world, probably, yeah. You're coming up with euphemisms and ways to...
I mean, these are the people who are voting for
I guess
particular people,
to
right?
be honest,
this
Ralphie
mentality
is probably the Secretary of Defense right now. Like a guy like that is probably in this space.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, sadly. And while we didn't necessarily elect him, we elected the people that appointed him, and that's a problem. We didn't do anything.
Yeah.
We're Canadians. We had nothing to do with it.
Emerson didn't love his choice of words.
No.
Turned out pretty good for Ralphie.
It's a pretty funny line and makes good sense to me.
Yeah, much like the people who saved the world in Armageddon, Ralphie doesn't have to pay tax ever again.
That's true. It's worth everything, I guess. If you can just save taxes. It's been a while since you've paid some taxes.
That's true. I live with an accountant, and my taxes aren't done.
Yeah.
What's up with that? I know she's not a tax accountant, but she knows how to do it.
It's tough to do income tax when you don't have any income.
True. Should be really quick. But he only paid $3,000.
Yeah.
That's nothing. I feel like we were paying like almost $3,000 a month in taxes.
Yeah, my taxes are like, crazy.
Yeah, tough break.
But I'm actually like the most pro-tax person I've ever met. I believe fully in paying taxes. I think everybody should.
I mean, if they're using it to build better roads.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's not like we have any potholes.
Well, I think
you don't drive.
I can go a lot of different places, but potholes are pretty low on my scale. But.
Yeah. Now, even though he declined the deal, they still have to deal with the issue of
the reality is still happening, right?
Yeah, that the potential retaliation. If your missile goes into our airspace,
the plane that has
that's what I meant.
Yeah, has a bomb.
You didn't let me finish.
Yeah. Can't finish.
That will initiate their attack.
Yeah, 23 missiles.
And for some people, it's important to where these came from.
Yeah.
Not for everybody.
And this is where I think the movie starts to lose me.
Oh.
More so this time than in the other. I think when I first saw it, I was totally engaged
all the way.
And loved all of it, and my memories of it were very positive.
But the third act
starts
withering.
to fall a little, and it starts here, which is they make a big point, don't do anything offensive. Where did you get the missiles? They got them from you. And there's all of this backroom stuff. When the decision is made to send the B-2 to Iraq, like we're committing.
It's one of the best Bs.
Second best B, really.
They don't use one anymore.
Yeah.
Didn't take.
Then Emerson asked the chief of staff and the NSA to go outside.
I figured smoke break.
Sure.
Yeah.
I have no reason at this point to wonder why that happened. And as I said, when I watched the movie the first time, it made no oh, wait. But what happens really to distract from the fact that they're outside of the diner is Harv loses it a little bit.
Well, he tries to talk to the president earlier,
mm-hmm.
and he's cut off.
Yeah.
I thought at some point he was going to be the man of reason, actually.
Oh, okay.
Ironically enough. But Ralphie was the one that got time on the mic.
He did get time on the mic. He's Sean Astin.
Yeah.
He's Mikey.
So
it's his time.
So, yeah, they went in a different direction than I expected.
Yes.
I didn't see this coming at all.
No. Out of blue. I thought
the
same.
blue.
I had no idea it was coming either.
Shot well. I think it certainly fits in the movie. I buy it. My only question was, and you may have already answered it, is where did the suitcase guy come from originally?
He travels with them.
Always.
Always.
Okay. That's what I wasn't sure about because there was no situation coming in.
No.
So why would the suitcase guy be traveling with him during primaries?
Sure. You don't know. If you're the president, you always got a buddy guy.
I suppose so. So
give you the football.
If that's the way it is, then that's fine.
I mean, they acknowledge who he is early, and they put him there. But yeah, he's there for that reason.
Okay.
And it helps the movie.
Yeah.
Doesn't help him out, though.
No, didn't work out well.
He doesn't make it. It does call to question some of the, this is not a big diner. That's a pretty big gun. Secret Service sweep. It's a bit of a letdown.
I'm not here to nitpick.
No, but
there's a lot of things going on, so
yeah, sure.
Yeah, I can see that.
You pull up. It just seems odd, but again, I don't mind the scene. I think it's fine. But now, because he's dead, they need the code anyway.
Bosco, I think, is the code.
That's right.
And he gets it from, I want to say, a reluctant admiral or general.
General, I think.
Probably. That's one up.
Yeah. But yeah, he resigns.
Yeah.
He's like, I'll give it to you, but I don't want any part of this.
What do you think about that decision?
I love it.
It's like I'm doing it because I have to.
That's it.
But I'm pointing out that I'm not
comfortable with it. I don't appreciate it. And I don't condone it. I'm done.
But is there a world where he should have just not given the code?
Yeah, if it were like illegal, right? You can say things like, as a military person, if you tell me to murder, shoot this guy, right? I can refuse that order. But I think there's a pretty long line of things that are like, I don't have the say in this.
Yeah, and I get that. But at what point, and this is a big thing with the movie, is where morals supersede law or the rules.
Sure.
And that's a pretty common issue over decades and years and centuries in military. You following orders, that's driven into you.
Yep. Chain of command.
For a reason. And this is the reason why they do that.
Unit, corps, God, country, if you recall from A Few Good Men.
There you go.
Right.
And this is where I'm like, well, I don't agree with it, but that's just me. I'm just a little guy.
Yeah. Had you been in the military or cadets growing up, you might.
I would have washed out.
Yeah, sure.
AWOL.
For sure. But that's the code that they live by. That's Jessup in A Few Good Men is the same, right? And I believe that you would do this. I believe you would give the code as part of your duty, and you would resign as part of your morality.
I just don't know
if that's the order.
Yeah, I just don't know if resigning is enough for morality. Like, I don't know if I would sleep at night saying, well, I did the moral thing and resigned.
Yeah.
Those people that are dead don't give a shit that you resigned. Who cares? You retired? That doesn't do anything. Had you not given the code,
sure,
that means something.
Yes.
So I think that's BS.
Sure.
But I do believe that he would give the code.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm just
that's the
speaking
thing.
for myself.
Yeah,
so,
and-
so it fits the film.
For sure.
Yeah, it's believable.
What I like, and it's a bit of a slow burn, but I like that the diner's attitude, you had Ralphie be on his side, right? Go get him, I
my
don't
God.
care.
Then he flips a switch and now he's against it. Oh, this is all before I found out that he doesn't believe in God.
Yeah.
It just takes one little thing and like, no.
Sure.
It's just-
Like a nitpick in a movie that will derail the entire appreciation of the movie.
he represents that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One little scene.
He's a human nitpick.
Yeah.
But I begin completely plausible.
I mean, this is reality, much like we're living it in. Let's stop with the American stuff. Even if you look at Canadian politics, we have party defectors. You were voted in as a conservative.
Floor crossers.
And
Phil.
now I'm going to cross the floor and become a liberal. Well, I voted for you to do a certain thing that you're not doing. Why did I bother voting for you?
Yeah, but
so
they all do that.
That's the world.
I voted for this person because they said they would do anything, and they never do what they're going to say they're going to do anyway. So what's the difference?
Well, that's a cynical view of politics. I think they absolutely do.
Some do.
of the things.
I'm still waiting for those potholes to get fixed.
Yeah, sure. That's not federal, though.
I emailed the wrong guy.
Yeah, that's your problem right there.
Emailed
Hey, Mark.
Carney about that. Damn it.
So the fact that the resonance with, oh shit, I thought I voted for one thing and I'm getting something else is something we all have dealt with at some point
Absolutely,
or another.
yeah.
What I think is interesting is, much like World War II, is nobody seems to notice or care until it comes back on them.
Until it affects you
That's right.
specifically,
Yeah.
and everyone's guilty of that.
100% it is.
Some more than others, but yeah, for sure.
And it's not about civilization. It's not about a race. It's not about a gender. It's not about anything. I said it before. When you are the insider, it's very easy to point and laugh at the outsider. But under almost every circumstance, at some point, if you continue down that line, you become the outsider.
You're inside, now you're outside. It's chilly.
And that's what happens to me in this diner, is that Ralphie's on team one until, wait a minute, now you're coming at me. They say, you were never elected. You made a choice based on your ego. And then Pollock's like, trust me, it's okay.
Okay.
And bombs are flying. It's happening. So,
I feel bad for that couple. They're just trying to get a hold of their kid.
yeah. Dexter doesn't want anything to do
He
with
wants
it.
that phone.
Yeah.
He does not want them to have that phone.
That's right.
But I get it depends on which way the wind's blowing, too. Like how you feel about a certain person. Like, well, now it's blowing this way.
Yeah.
I do want to go back to something I'd mentioned just before that about the admiral. General.
Sure.
Because now we have the pilots.
Yes.
Cold feet.
Yeah.
Not feeling it. They're the ones dropping the bomb.
Yep.
General's given the code, which I bet you the pilots wish he hadn't.
That's right. Yeah.
But now they have to hit that big red button.
Yep.
And you can hear it in their voice. The president says something they've heard before. It's not you dropping the bomb. It's me. If I'm the pilot, I'm going to turn around.
You could feel or hear in their voice the wrestling
Yeah.
and the dialogue itself. They say as much. And I like that they said that's an argument I've heard before, which is to say that doesn't make them feel any better.
No. Still going to do it, though.
Yep.
They did.
They did. So that's it. It confirms the B-12 has entered Iraqi, the B-2, sorry.
Yeah.
B-12 shot is what I had this morning.
It's good. It's good.
The B-2 is crossed Iraqi airspace. 23 missiles are launched. And we have confirmed a detonation in Baghdad.
Was there any point in this movie where you thought the president was going to change his mind?
I thought yes the first time. And then, honestly, in my memory, I got the ending mixed up. I thought that everything didn't detonate. All of this build up and nothing blew up.
Okay, not even Baghdad.
Yeah.
Okay,
And that's part of why in my head I didn't like the ending, because I thought, oh, they copped out. And in watching it this time, I have different issues with the ending.
Oh, interesting.
But they didn't cop out,
They did not.
at least on that side of things.
We are now privy to what I think was the conversation outside.
Yeah.
Letting them know that the missiles from Iraq are all a bunch of duds, for lack of a better term. I don't know the scientific term. Yeah. And they might hit someone in the head. So there'll be some damage.
There will be some damage, yeah.
But significantly less. Now, he's known this for at least...
As soon as he found out that the missiles that were dropped or that were being shot
were
from France.
Post 96. So that was the point where he knew
he's in safe territory.
We're good to go. Let's have this conversation.
Yeah, ratchet it up even more and more.
Yeah,
and more.
okay. All right, that makes sense. And I love that conversation with the French
Prime
Minister. I don't know. Phone voices in this movie,
You like it.
bang on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a good deal. He says fear is the nation's cancer. Speaking to the nation again, he talks about how they sabotage the bombs. And this is what the world is right now, which is we are the mightiest military in the world, and we can show it. And I just proved it. So like they say right at the very beginning, try me. Do not think you can pick a fight with the U.S. because we will destroy you.
Yeah. We have the worst education, but we have a big military.
Yeah, that's where the money goes. And then decides to retire. He's not going to run for president.
I didn't like that. I don't know.
To me, it undercuts everything. The whole movie,
Like, you're the leader. Stick by it. And
that's it. It's
see
the
it
cop-out.
out. Yeah.
And so it's a different cop-out is my point.
The worst cop-out?
Yeah. The fact that they dropped the bomb makes for more interesting storytelling. But I think the movie doesn't seem to have the sort of strength of its convictions. It's a wrestling to drop it, or not enough of a wrestling to drop it. The consequences are non-existent.
That's the issue, that now that you're saying this, there's no consequences for him.
There's no consequence to the U.S., at least in the moment, because all those bombs didn't go off.
I'm just going to retire. What are you going to do?
And I'm out. Someone else's problem to clean up. And the country is going to, I think you may have alluded to it earlier, the country is going to pay for this forever.
Yeah. The whole idea was this is the bomb to end all, like the war to end all wars.
Yeah.
But really all you're doing is, instead of having small attack, small attack, small attack, small attack, you have this giant, huge, big attack. You don't have a big attack for maybe 10, 15 years, but it's going to be big and it's going to be on you.
Or it's going to be small, but it'll be consistent and throughout, because what ends up happening is you've destroyed Iraq, Baghdad, sure. But who are Iraq's allies in the Middle East?
They're all over the world, too.
And if they hate the U.S. for ending civilization where civilization began,
I don't think any country would
right?
really,
Who wants to be in support of that? And so now you're going to end up potentially with a situation where some level of a world global revolt
against one country
that may not be able to destroy them with a big attack, but you've now just ruined your entire credibility around the world, not unlike what we're dealing with now.
They're having a hard time getting people to follow along.
Yeah. This use of might and power is positioned in the movie as a bit of a success. And I think ultimately that's the wrong message. If the intention of the movie is to say, rah, rah, we did it, I don't know that the intention is there necessarily.
I don't know. I don't think it. I really don't know what the whole.
But he feels smug when he leaves.
Yeah.
He's got his cigar. He smokes it.
Yeah, he's insane.
Like, mission accomplished. I did a thing. I don't know that that is a positive.
It's 100% not a positive.
But I think the movie wants us to think
that's
of this.
The question. And I don't have that answer either. What was the purpose of this writer, this director? This is a rah, rah, rah. We won. It's America. We did something big. We run the show here. Or are we supposed to get the undercurrent of this president was a sociopath?
Sure.
He was a terrible person. Let his ego get the best of him, and we all pay the price.
And made terrible decisions in order to, for what gain, right?
And is that conveyed?
Yeah, I don't know. So in the end, I think it derails a little bit because it's a little too easy with we knew that the bombs weren't going to go off, so we were able to destroy civilization consequence-free. That's something that I think has changed in 25 years, because when I first watched it, I don't know that I've been never a rah-rah, this was great, but particularly you got one over on them probably sat a little bit better than now. Because again, we're dealing with a pre-9/11 world. It's part of that same festering distrust and mistrust of the U.S. in that world, in that time frame, that triggered the events of September 11th to begin with.
Yeah. I think it's tough for a movie to wrap up under any circumstances in that set. When you're contained to that diner, I don't know if you are trying to get a message through what a better ending would be.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I mean, they say China backs down and the Koreans are okay. So, like, mission accomplished theoretically.
Okay.
But it's just a matter of time, which ultimately, as we established at the beginning, for 60 years, all those presidents, I hate war, I don't want it, this is bad, right? And we just keep going down.
Same mistakes over and over and over. And to think this would be...
Or different mistakes, but
it's true.
Mistakes nonetheless.
But to think this is because it's so much bigger that it would be different,
yeah.
I think is a little short-sighted.
Exactly. Yeah. The nuclear deterrence is not necessarily... We did it, you don't.
Yeah.
Which seems to be the movie's message.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's titled Deterrence.
That's right.
So that's what it's about.
Yeah. Deterrence was our shield.
Didn't take.
So not going on your shelf, David. Talk to me about that and maybe set us up for what's next week.
Yeah, definitely not going on my shelf. I didn't mind watching it. It's just a movie that doesn't appeal to me. I don't.
I'll do it.
Yeah, we'll do it. I think it's successful in telling the story in the confines of the diner, though.
Mm-hmm.
So we talked in Great Wall. I asked you, was this movie successful as a light popcorn action movie?
Mm-hmm.
And you were wrong because you said it didn't, but it did.
Oh, okay. I'll have to check my notes.
But I would say that this does succeed in doing that,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't want to watch it again. And I did. Well, I mean, I did.
Yeah, sure.
And I thought the performances were good.
Yeah.
I thought the storytelling, generally speaking, was good.
Mm-hmm.
It's just not a feeling I want to have.
Sure.
And I don't always need a feel-good movie, right?
I think you do, but history's proven.
American President, I really enjoyed it,
Mm-hmm.
but there was still that part of me is like, ugh, I don't. But it did so many. It was funny. It was clever. The incredibly likable Michael Douglas.
Yeah.
Pollock is good in this.
Sure.
He's a terrible person. I don't like him. There's no hero. The only hero was Harvey, and he took it.
Okay. Wow.
No, just kidding. I'll say he's a hero. But again, I don't mind watching it, but I don't have a reason to watch it again.
Okay.
For you, I'm assuming it's...
Yeah, it'll stay on the shelf, but it'll be a long time before I watch it.
Yeah.
I really like the movie. I like, generally speaking, and even the ending, while I don't love it, I really like what gets us there. And I think the performances are better than average, and I think the writing is pretty solid. Some of the characterizations, sure, a little early 2000s, but generally speaking, I think it's a pretty solid movie.
You would watch
It's
again.
pretty watchable, and I would do it again, yeah.
Okay.
But I wouldn't watch it, soon.
What are we talking? 5 years?
Yeah, maybe. It's a movie I've probably seen maybe 10 times over the last 20 years, so it's not something that is
That's
that often. But
That's
when I
often
watch
enough.
it, I really like it, so I tend to watch it a couple times. And at the video store, it was something I would have on often as well.
yeah. Well, you are a big Pollock fan.
Yeah, I'm Tim Hutton more often than not.
Timmy
But
Hutton. Beautiful Girls, I think he was in. Right?
yes, that's right. Yeah, in the dark half. Yeah, the temp.
Speaking of Hutton, this is what I got for next week.
Okay.
A movie that he's not in.
Oh, interesting. Nice approach.
We are going to get out of a diner, but we're still going to be hanging out in a pretty small town.
Okay.
And
I'm in. I know exactly what it is. Folks, you better listen next week
things are going to happen.
for a small town thing.
And it's not exactly a feel-good movie, necessarily. But Jake Gyllenhaal's in it.
There it is.
And that's something.
It already makes me feel better.
Yeah. And we'll find out how much I really like Jake.
Fantastic. Well, we like you listening to us. Thank you so much for doing so. Please rate us 5 stars on your podcatcher of choice. Join us on the Facebook page. Subscribe so you never miss an episode. And please share the podcast with Dexter and let him know that we're here.
Which Dexter?
If you have
Secret
IBS,
Service guy or the
All of it. Find any Dexter. If you have IBS as well, let them know.
Well, there's more people that have IBS than are named Dexter. I think
be
so.
right.
So
That's great.
there you go. Good night.
Good night.